Welcome back, nerds and turds, to another live stream repair. We've got a whopping amount of HomePods here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 that we're going to try to fix up tonight. We probably won't get to all of them, but we're going to see how many we can get through. First up, we're going to take a look at Carlos. Carlos actually sent in 2 HomePods. Yesterday, on yesterday's live stream, we started out with Carlos's HomePods, and his black one actually turned on without a problem, which was quite surprising because Carlos, we confirmed with them that for them it wasn't working, and they actually took it into an Apple store and went through the whole process of being basically told that they have to pay full price for another one. So it's very strange that it was working for us here, and we got it apart and didn't even see anything awry inside. So we gave them the option of either putting it back together untouched for no charge, or just replacing the things that normally fail and giving it a good once-over to see if, just a really good once-over to see if maybe we missed anything else. I'm also going to go ahead and replace the power supply in it just in case. And of course they opted to go ahead and we already have it apart in here, so get it fixed up for them. And right on. So, Carlos, we're going to call it maintenance since it worked fine for us, and we're basically just going to replace what commonly fails along with the power supply. But I guarantee the work, and if he gets it back and he's still having issues without it powering on, I'm more than happy to get it back here and take another look. Anyways, I don't think that'll happen, and we've not had to do that for anybody in the past, at least for any of our work. There have been other strange circumstances like shipping damage or yeah, pretty much it's just shipping damage. Sometimes you get people that aren't aware that somebody else had messed with it either. And they fail to mention that somebody else had messed with it until you bring something up. And they're like, oh, yeah, no, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, oh, that explains a lot. So we actually got Carlos's apart most of the way yesterday as well. So this one will be pretty easy. Let's get that power supply out, give it one more look. Yeah, and just honestly, everything looks fine. But we're going to replace this anyways. I'd like to find a way to test HomePods on 220 volts with my measly 110. But let's get that amp out. And we're going to, of course, give the whole amp a good look over. And also replace the Schottky barrier diode on here that normally fails and causes no power. And you may be thinking or about to ask, well, can't the diode like work sometimes and then not work other times? And the answer is, based on what I've seen researching these diodes online, and based on what I've seen working on these HomePods, they either work perfectly fine or they're totally dead. There's no in between, there's no intermittent failure. They either work or they don't. Or I should say, rather, they work until they don't. And they don't kind of like put-put-bang kind of failure. It dies. Okay, so what are we dealing with? Everything looks good. Everything looks fantastic. Here's our trouble child. It actually has a date code of 1748K on it, so it's a good thing that they are opting for replacing it even though it's working fine for us right now. Everything else on the board seems to be doing all right. No issues there. Right. Okay. Let's go ahead and just check the diode here. There's no chance that it's bad and this thing is working. Not sure what to make of that. We'll measure it again when we get it off. Okay, there we go. That's what I expect to see. So that looks normal. Well, let's get it pulled off and replaced anyways. And then we'll power this back up, connected to our multimeter, and make sure it doesn't have any other issues like DC offset. Oops, I accidentally put that in the dead pile. And that one is not dead. It is used. I know it's trivial, but I do like to keep the dead parts organized. Here we go. That's the good one still. And these are the bad ones. And here's a brand new one. PDS560-13. With some chip quick NC191 flux to help the generic Amazon 6337 solder flow easily onto our diode before placing it onto our board. And then a little bit of heat from our hot air station. Cranked all the way up because we wanna. Okay. Let's power this up real quick. Make sure that it's all in good working order. Doesn't have any audio issues. Filters are still good, you know the drill. We'll pop on a power supply. Actually, I need to break that habit because it'll be easier if I put the ribbon cable for the logic board on first. Just like that. And then power supply. And we put just one screw in there, not for any electrical reason, but simply to keep the power supply in place when we put it down here, because we don't want it popping out and disconnecting from the board mid-test, mid-power. That would be a bad time. So here's our logic board. And let's give this some power. Very good. So it's powering up. We'll wait for it to boot up. This logic board is factory reset, so when it finishes booting, it's going to immediately kick on the amp and play the setup tone, so we'll be able to observe our DC offset, which is an indicator of how good or bad our filters on here are. Alright, so it sounds wonderful. Our DC offset is looking fantastic at around 5 millivolts. A good score really is anything under 50 millivolts. An okay score is anywhere up to 100 millivolts, but I would replace those filters with anything more than 50. Anywhere more than 100 millivolts is when you're going to start really causing damage. But this one is looking fantastic. So let's get it put back together. Start by dropping the amp back down. Making sure that we keep it lined up with the posts underneath as we set it down. I've done it myself, but you can short out parts of the bottom of the amp on the speaker posts underneath it if you're being sloppy throwing your amp back in here. And then things go zippy zap, and then you created more work for yourself. Alright, and a fresh supply of power. All right. Some rings to hold things in place. And seal it up. Don't want to forget our little gasket for the ribbon cable here. If you're doing this yourself and you get it back together again and your bass sounds what most people would describe dirty or rattly, but only when the bass hits. But every time the bass hits, at louder volumes especially, it's likely your gasket here or this gasket here aren't properly reinstalled, or they're compromised in some way. So double check those if you're having that problem. That's why in the next step here, when I put the subwoofer back in and bolt it into place, we give it a nice gentle but firm press in and out. That usually catches any issues with our seal before we have to get it all the way back together and find out the hard way. I definitely wouldn't recommend going and just, shoving fingers at your subwoofer speakers unless you know what you're doing there. But just a gentle, firm, directly vertical. You don't want to go at, and directly in the middle. You want to push it from the side or at an angle. You want to push it directly down. Just like that a few times, and put your ear next to it as you do it and listen for any leaks in the gasket once you get these screws in. Sounds good. And this piece right here doesn't have any bearing on the seal. Now if you over tighten these screws here, then that can lead to it not sealing properly again. So just don't ugga-dugga these screws. They firmly snug. No ugga-dugga required. If the basket starts bending inward as you're tightening the screw, then that's just about a little too tight. So you want to back off until right when the basket bends back into the natural shape. And then that's about as tight as you want it. And we're going to stick our cable back up there against the underneath of the basket. If you don't do that, when the subwoofer's woofing around, it's going to rattle against the cable there and sound awful. Get our logic board put in. Cover up those screws. Grumpy baby. Yeah, that didn't help much. Oh, I'm gonna open up my window in my room here to let some fresh air in. There we go. Oh, I should probably let the Discord server know we're streaming, huh? Let's see here. Bum. Discord. Going to cancel my Nitro because I can't upload images still, and it's been like 3 or 4 weeks. What am I paying for? There we go. Yeah, sure, share with my followers. I'm sure there are lots of people following me on Discord. Whatever. Oh, bullocks. Okay, Mr. Drawstring. You mess with the Jones, you get the Jones. You mess with the Jones, you get the Jones. Time for the final touch. I think they would want their HomePod back with the top on it, so we'll put that back on. Okay. And then just for posterity, I'm going to grab their power cable really quick and just make sure that it powers on fine with that. And we'll be golden. Where be that cable at? There we go. What do we got?
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Aren't we all?
I'm having trouble.
Sounds and looks fantastic. So we'll get that put away for now and get moving on to our next repair. Let's see, speaking of, who is next? Who is next? We've got Trevor. I believe Trevor also sent in 2 yesterday, and this is their second of 2 with no power. So, boom, 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 boom. Here it is. Greetings from Spokane. Hello, Mike. And hello, Spokane. I was actually born and raised first 18 years of my life in Spokane. Not sure I can... I miss it no way. I'll say that much. Alright. I forgot about my lazy Susan. So, let's check our symptoms with a known good power cable. Plugged in, of course. Doesn't help if you leave that unplugged. And we're looking at an average of about 6 watts of power draw from the wall. So, that's pretty typical for the most common no power failure mode here, where the diode on the amp goes bad and usually part of a bad batch of those diodes. It's not like all the diodes in all the HomePods will fail. Only ones with certain date codes on them seem to be failing. So let's get this apart, see if this is another one of those, and get it working again. I gotta ask though, Mike, what brings you to Spokane? The only thing that really brings me back to Spokane is family. I imagine it's probably the same for you. Unless you live there now, in which case, I'm sorry. It's actually changed a lot. I think I moved out of Spokane and over into the Pacific Northwest around about 2012, 2013, almost 10 years ago. And man, has it changed over there. Better place to raise kids. Yeah, I can't lie. Like, I feel fairly well educated, all things considered, from my elementary through high school. At least that's until I checked out of high school and got a GED, but I feel adequately educated, and the neighborhood I lived in was pretty safe too. Nah, all jokes aside, I do kind of miss living in Spokane, and wouldn't mind like living there if I had a full-time cell-phone business, you know? I wouldn't want to move back to Spokane and get a job there that wasn't my own. Maybe not, actually. It depends on who it would be for. Realistically, I'm happy with living anywhere in Washington State at the end of the day. I'll probably never leave the state. If we did manage to, maybe one day somehow move like internationally, I think we would pick Germany. Education there is really good. Oh, let me go grab my rubbing alcohol. I got it. I found my bottle. A little bit of 99% isopropyl alcohol around the edge there will significantly reduce the amount of effort necessary to pry the basket off. So we'll let that soak in while we work on these next bits and get the screws out. Easy peasy. Have I had a chance to demo the new HomePod? I have. I actually have a live stream where we managed to be the first to tear down the new HomePod on stream. And then we did some comparisons, and honestly, I wasn't impressed. Like, I would put it close to the original HomePod, but not quite in terms of sound. Like, the original HomePod feels like it just has more raw power behind it, but the new HomePod does sound slightly more refined. So I think it heavily does depend on your personal taste. But you're not gonna find me running out to replace any of my OGs with the new ones. But for anybody who missed out on the first gen HomePod and wants a similar experience, you can definitely get that out of the second gen. You would be pretty happy with it. But if you're sitting there scrutinizing the two, comparing the first and the second gen, you probably wouldn't be too happy with the second gen. Still, though, it does depend. I will be probably putting a couple around my house and then using those for Siri stuff, and then disabling Siri on the first gen HomePods and using them solely for AirPlay. And that should make things a little more efficient, a little more reliable. You get back out from under there. I saw you. Okay. What do we got here? Probably the usual. There's our diode with a date code of 1746K on it. So likely another failure. Yes, indeed. That is a dead diode. So, you know the drill. Let's get it replaced. And off she goes. Alright, come on. Go playing games. Let's see if it works. Ooh, I've got a poll for you guys. Since I've got the window open, I'm curious. Start a poll. Do you mind the background traffic noise? Some people do and some people don't. I'm curious if the majority do or don't, though. If too many people don't like it, I'll close my window back up. That's no big deal. Just thought we'd get some fresh air. I like when it's raining outside. Maybe when it's raining we'll have the window open and we can have that background noise going, but... Hey, we got power. I guess the better question is, would you rather hear the traffic or the kid? Personally, neither really bother me, but... Alright, so we've got good power, we've got good sound, we've got good DC offset. It's significantly less than 50 millivolts. We're looking great at only 5. So this is ready to put back together. Here we go. Careful, careful, easy, nice. Ooh, I can't wait until there's like smell-o-vision, and then you guys can smell the flux and the solder. Mmm. and the roasted subwoofers. Oh, let me tell you, there's nothing quite like the smell of a roasted subwoofer. Get that ribbon cable reinstalled. Don't want to forget that. And our power supply can go in. The same thing we've been fixing every day. HomePods. I've got somebody sending in a MacBook Air with fried USB ports soon. I got somebody else sending in an iPad Pro that needs a display replacement. I've got a whole bunch of broken shit of my own that I need to fix, but too many damn HomePods keep showing up. Oh, let's get the drawstring in first. Yeah, exactly. It's like a Bluetooth speaker, but Apple, so it's not Bluetooth. It's AirPlay, which uses Wi-Fi. Which, you wouldn't catch me putting a bunch of Bluetooth speakers up in my house, because as far as Bluetooth has come, I don't know if it's quite up to my full home audio standards. But AirPlay, on the other hand, I'm happy with AirPlay. Sounds fantastic. Plug that display back in. Get that secured and we can give it a test. All right, what do we got? Another one saved. Who's up next? Yeah. We've got Oleg. Another one with no power. Let's see. Yep, okay. Let's see if this one sounds alright.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Yeah, aren't we all?
I'm having trouble.
Alright, everything checks out. So, Trevor's second HomePod, good to go. Now, let's get Oleg's opened up here. Here we go. One HomePod. One broken HomePod. At least that's what we were told. Let's go ahead and check. Alright, no response, and we're pulling the usual 4 to 6 watts from the wall. So probably another case of a dead diode. Let's find out. Whee! Let me in! Let me in! Some secret sauce. Subwoofer check. Let's see, it looks good, it feels good, and it smells good. So we've got another happy little subwoofer. Like an Xbox 360. But all that is the sound of just this adhesive. Yes! Oh god, I was not prepared to deal with another broken screw today. We've had far too many of those recently. Give it. Give it. Okay, here we are again, up close. Another diode with 1748K on it. Everything else looks good. So let's see. Oh my goodness. There we go. Yep, that diode is dead. Yep, pretty much. It seems to be just a bad batch of these diodes since we continue to only see ones with certain date codes failing. That 1746 to 1748K range. And then we continue to see HomePods that come in for other issues where their diodes are still working just fine and they've got completely different date codes more often than not. And we're talking hundreds of each of them at this point, so. I think it's perhaps safe to correlate this causate. Here we go. Power. Oh, I'm gonna grab a beer. Alright, what's our offset? 2.9, 2.8. Beautiful. Well, okay. Let's get this put back together. I see a new chat message in the corner of my eye. Okay, now I can look. Yeah. Beer emoji. Crack open a cold one for a good Tuesday. Excuse you. Excuse you. Excuse you. The hard drive dominoes. Oh, that's a classic. I still remember making that one. Actually, okay, wait. Is it the one with the infected mushroom music? When I lived in the apartment. The peak of the Discord server. Oh no, never mind. And I use weed as thermal paste. Those were the days. That was... Let me think for a sec. Oh man, I think that was before... Yeah, no, that was before Kira and I got married too. I had to think about it. Because we moved out of that apartment where I filmed that video into this like mother-in-law unit that was attached to a friend's garage where they had a whole bunch of roommates there. And look at us now, we've got a 2-month-old kid. And we've got our own little business. Hello, Rob. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to another repair. Currently awaiting a diode in the mail for their own repair. Hell yeah. Fix that shit. Okay, I'm working on a Shopify page to sell not only parts, but I really want to make shirts, guys. I've got some fun ideas for some shirts. I don't care if only 5 people buy them. I want to make them for myself, too. Oh, if anything, you should have got at least 2 diodes so that way you could buy another broken HomePod and fix it too. Or if you've got more than one HomePod, then you've at least got the other diode on hand. They're not going anywhere anytime soon, and there are slightly newer versions that we can use if these ever go out of stock one day. Yeah, that's what I thought at first, but then I was like, no, I want to find a really good quality shirt and a really good quality print shop that'll do it. I don't want to just cheap out or be lazy and just get something that'll pass. I want to get some good shit. I want them to feel like the the Apple shirts that you buy, or that you can get. Yeah, if you've got a hot air gun and any amount of board repair experience, this is really a cakewalk, and the most difficult part for you is going to be getting the thing apart and back together again. But a little bit of heat and alcohol here and there on the steps that deal with the adhesive, and it makes it a piece of cake. But be warned though, you can't just use this with any device. You do need some sort of Apple device, like an iPhone or an iPad, in order to set your HomePod up, and then also to be able to play any music through it. You at least need that phone to set it up, and then I believe once you got it connected to the internet, you can do everything through voice commands, but you'll be fairly limited without active services, so you're best off just having a spare iPhone or iPad to use these, and then like airplaying to them. There are some third-party Windows tools that'll allow you to AirPlay from your Windows machine. Not aware of any Android applications that allow you to AirPlay, especially system-wide audio. So like if you want to AirPlay Android audio from like YouTube, then you're screwed. Or you can get your hands on an Apple TV. And use the HomePod as a speaker for the Apple TV top box. It's a pretty clever way of having the mesh on here with the drawstring the way that it is on here. And I'd much rather have that than what they did with the new second-gen Big E HomePod, where they still have the drawstring holding the mesh tight, but they tie them together and then cut all of the slack off. So when you untie the knot, the drawstring like pulls itself through and you screw yourself. Fun stuff. You can tell by my tone. Docker containers and unrated for connecting to AirPlay devices. Interesting. What do I charge for the repair? So it depends on the issue. Most repairs for no power are $60 plus shipping. And then most repairs for no base go between $60 to $80 plus shipping. Really, the only variation in price is if your bass speaker is fried and it needs to be replaced. And that's where the extra $20 up to $80 comes from. But if your bass speaker is fine, then pretty much most repairs will be $60 plus shipping. And I've got all of my repair estimates always up on my website. Of course, along with a list of all of the common issues that you see us repair here on the channel. So if you've got an issue that you're trying to figure out a fix for, check out the website's common issues, nixfix.com at the bottom right there. And I don't have every issue in existence up there, and we certainly haven't figured out every issue out there. So if there isn't your issue up there and you manage to find a fix for said non-mentioned issue, let me know and we'll get it up on the website with your name as giving you credit. What do we got? We got power. Excuse you. Oh yeah, I guess I could see who's next here. Let's see. We've got Jared up next. Oh wow, today is all just no power.
I'm having trouble connecting.
That's okay, easy repairs. So, this one checks all out. Let's get Trevor. No, not Trevor. We already got Trevor. We want Jared. He went to Jared. People that aren't local to the Pacific Northwest won't get that reference. He went to Jared. Oh wait, Jared is a local jewelry store, right? Jared Jewelry. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. My gatekeeping is valid. Jared's a local jewelry store. My HomePod doesn't seem to have that detachable power cord. Oh, good sir. Indeed it does. Observe. Step 1. Place your HomePod on a solid surface. Step 2. Place a hand on top of your HomePod. Firmly hold it down on the table. Step 3. With the other hand, grab your power cable, give it some slack, and then bada bing bada boom. Removable power cable. And no harm. When you want to plug it back in, just insert it and then push it in until it gives you a nice snap. There is a wrong way and a right way, but the wrong way isn't going to kill anything, so don't worry about it. It's just a cosmetic thing, but if you put it in upside down, it's going to look kind of funny. So that's the right way. That's the wrong way. Okay. Let's get Jared's name up there. And start by checking our symptoms, as always. Oh yes, of course. I repair anybody's HomePod. If you're looking for my contact info, repair estimates, mail address, whether I can even fix your issue or not, all that info is up on my website at nixfix.com. The URL's at the bottom right of the video there. So if you've got a broken HomePod and you don't feel like trying to fix it yourself, hit me up. And if you're not in the US, I also have a list of people internationally offering repairs. So you might be able to save on shipping if you happen to live near somebody else around the world that also offers repairs. So this one looked like 4 to 6 watts of power draw, the usual diode failure on the amp, but let's get it apart and find out if that's the case. Oh yeah, not like most of the HomePods that you guys see here on our live streams. These are HomePods that people actually send in from my website. And oh no, I would be concerned with myself if I was just buying so many of these broken HomePods for myself, and I was just, the names up on the screen were just what I was naming each HomePod randomly. Like, here's my HomePod Jared. I got this one off eBay for $5. Jared's broken. You have a Jared jewelry in California? Interesting. What is up, Shane? Great to see you again. And yeah, we got a new bass speaker, so our voice coil is working wonderfully. No more DC offset. Well, like yesterday, I figured maybe I could get through them faster if I didn't talk. But I didn't really think that through very well and ended up taking longer replying to everybody in chat. But I challenged myself not to say a word through the entire live stream. And big surprise, I did it. Oh yeah, we got yours dropped off earlier today too, of course. So it should be on the way. Jared's in the chat. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to another repair. Hold on. I'm feeling thirsty. That's better. That guy needs a new wheel bearing. Fix your shit, bro. I don't want your wheels falling off on the highway right next to me and my family. If your car is making concerning sounds, don't ignore it. Get it fixed. Coming soon, Nick's Fix HomePod and automotive repair. Oh, goodbye. How did that happen? Let's get you guys all fixed up. There we go. Oh yeah, on the topic of automotive, I have a 1986 Nissan 300ZX with the digital dashboard, of course. That's the whole reason I bought the car in the first place, and ended up falling in love with the whole rest of the thing. But I slapped an eBay turbo on it like 6 or 7 years ago by now. And that's about all I'd done to it up till this point. I recently got my hands on some big boy fuel injectors. I've got a new fuel pump, and I've also got head studs, a copper head gasket, bigger radiator, all new radiator hood. I got a whole bunch of parts for this car that we're going to be slapping on there. And I figured, why not do it with the channel here with you guys. Alright, that's not pissing me off at all. There we go. Let's see what our subwoofer looks like. Looks, feels, smells good. Welcome to the chat, welcome to the stream, welcome to another repair, Slim Chicken. Good to see your name there again. Haven't found any bargains because I've been scooping them all up, bro. I think the cheapest one that I've ever gotten my hands on recently was $30 with $20 in shipping. That one has yet to arrive. But I think that'll be the cheapest one I've ever got my hands on. I think I bought it within like 5 minutes of the guy listing it on eBay too. I just happened to be going on eBay and searching for broken HomePods at that moment. And I saw it and I was like, hell yeah, let's go. The subs look ballsy. What ohm are they? I'm not sure. There's no confirmed specs for the subwoofer, although we can check and see what its resistance is. Assuming our meter's capable of reading 0 ohms. Which it's this piece of crap. There we go. This ain't working for shit. Come on. Looks like a 4 ohm. It's gonna be a 4 ohm. And then probably I think this was like a 50 watt. It was either 35 or 50 watts RMS for this for the subwoofer. There's an AliExpress listing for those subs. 1746K for the diode. And that's really the only place I've seen any specs listed for that subwoofer. So who knows if that's even a correct number. Alright, get out of here. Okay. Let's get a new diode on there. Ah, this mat's gross. I need to clean it. $15 at Gumtree, goodness. My mother-in-law apparently has seen lots of them at their local, I think it's called Carnes or something. I don't know, it's some like local thrift shop. She says she sees them there all the time. I asked her to grab them anytime she sees them and send them over. But so far, I don't think that she's actually seen any since then, since I've shown her what they actually look like. Okay, let's cool this off real quick. See if it's all in good working order. Oh, and for those curious, yes, the campaign is still active. 1 like on my live stream or any of my videos equals $1 towards my kids' college fund. So, get her some quality education. Every like is $1 that I'll put into her account. Excuse you. Man, those cats, they let out some burps. I think the best deal that I've gotten was not necessarily the cheapest, but I ended up on Shop Goodwill's website winning 2. It works. Apple HomePods with boxes that would not power on, and I won them both for a total of $112. It was one auction for both of them, and I got them, and yeah, sure enough, they wouldn't power on. But I checked their serial numbers, and they were still in warranty. Base works, good offset, and so I reached out to Apple's support, and they were like, "Yeah, let's get them replaced." And I was like, "Oh shit, okay." So went to the Apple store, got them swapped out, no problems. When the dude was entering the warranty info and where to send the replacements to, it kept pulling up the previous owner's information, and I honestly just feigned ignorance. I was like, I don't know. Like I these were given to me for Christmas and blah 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 whatever, but these are mine for sure. Like yeah. So he changed the previous owner's info on the HomePods to mine, replaced them under warranty. And for the price of $112, I got 2 fully working, fully refurbished from Apple sealed HomePods. Hell of a deal, if you ask me. Alright, we're still looking pretty on our offset with 2 millivolts. It powered on fine, and it produces sound without a problem. So let's get this put back together. I think perhaps the next closest best deal that I may have gotten on these HomePods And you've probably heard this story from me by now, but it was the very first HomePod that I ever actually bought, or that I ever got. It was, I think, the end of 2018, and for my Christmas/birthday for myself, I bought a HomePod from Best Buy. I think I paid $220 or $250 for it. It was like the open box Best Buy. So I got that, did the in-store pickup, and then a few days later, I got an email from Best Buy saying, "Hey, we noticed you haven't picked your item up yet. If you don't in the next few days, we're just gonna ship it to you." And I was like, okay. What if I just do nothing? So I waited around for a few days, and sure enough, they freaking shipped me out another one. So, for the price of one Best Buy open box HomePod, I got two of them. And that was not only my first experience with a HomePod, but a stereo pair. And that's what really, really got me hooked. Which is what spurred me to buy, or to look into broken HomePods. That's when I found that electronics repair school guy on YouTube with a video titled "Fixing the Most Unfixable Apple Product Ever." And he was doing the exact same repair that you see us do here on a pretty much daily basis. No power. At the time, neither he nor many other people were aware of the how common this no power issue was. All he knew was somebody had sent him this HomePod that no longer powered on. So he cracked it open, albeit not gracefully. It was pretty ugly, but he got it open, and he spent an hour or so diagnosing it until he found the dead diode that you see us replace here. And after I saw that, I was like, huh. And I saw on eBay there were all these broken HomePods without power, and I thought to myself, I wonder if all of these other HomePods with no power are the same issue. So I bought a few broken ones. Took apart one of them, which was my first time. It took like an hour or so just to get the plastic top off. It was really nerve-wracking. I didn't have a hot air gun either, but I got it apart, and then I confirmed that I had the same exact shorted diode on the amp as his video did. Got the diode replaced, got it working again, and I was just completely shocked. I was like, oh my god, that was surprisingly simple and easy. So I took a few more broken ones apart, and they all same thing. And I was like, what the heck? Started looking online, plenty of people on Reddit and other places complaining about their broken HomePods. So I was like, nobody's offering repairs for these. Like, I could do this. So at first, I was just telling people like, hey, pay for shipping, I'll fix it for you. Just to get my name out there, establish myself. Also build up the experience and the quality of work to where I can justify charging people for this as a service. And fast forward a year later, here we are. Dozens of HomePods in my house. Majority of them were previously broken that I fixed up for myself. Over 500 HomePods in and out the door from other people for repairs. Hell yeah. So thanks, Best Buy. If it wasn't for you, I may not have, if it wasn't for your generous free HomePod Christmas birthday present to me, buy one, get one free deal, I may not have gotten into any of this. I may even to this day just be occasionally using my single one HomePod, or may have even sold it by now. Doing other dumb shit. Probably blowing up my Z for the 10th time. Ooh. Alright. For those of you who are here and now, I'll let you in on a little secret. I've recently procured a Sing Cell Alpha. That's that really crazy looking, crazy expensive speaker designed by the same person who actually designed the first generation HomePod before leaving Apple. I am ready. Doesn't even fucking describe it. Yeah, no, I'm ready for this thing. Should be here Thursday, and I'm torn between doing a live stream of unboxing it and listening to it live, or doing a recorded video and doing like a proper like edited video upload for it. What do you guys think? Should I just live stream the SingCell Alpha? Or should I do a proper recorded upload? The wife doesn't even know that I bought it yet. But I've been stashing away a little bit of money for a long time to get my hands on this thing. It better blow my balls off, or I'm returning it. Like, the cost is $2,500 for one speaker. It was a couple extra $100 for the stand that puts it up from the floor as opposed to the table stand. So like, oh man, this thing better be freaking awesome. Could live stream and then turn the stream into a video. That is probably what I'm gonna do. I thought about that. That's my favorite. But it's also the easiest way for me to justify live streaming it and then never making an upload for it. Like, that's probably half of the live streams that I do on this channel. I have the intention of editing it and uploading it later, but damn if I have any of the time to do that. That's why I live stream, because it's easy and it takes no more time than it takes to film what you're doing to share it with everybody else. But I talked to Kira about it a little bit, and she is on board with either helping me do the repairs or editing for me, which would be sweet. I'll pay her for it. Make it like an actual job for her. What's wrong with Samsung? I don't know, Jeff. What is wrong with Samsung? What are you talking about? I could tell you a million things wrong with Samsung, but I'm not sure exactly what you're referring to. Oh, they unveiled the Bixby home speak. Dude, I wanted to get my hands on that so bad, but I'm salty about that. I don't care how good or bad it would have been. I just wanted to see it. I wanted to play with it. It looked kind of decent. Like I was like, okay, this might actually be like a potential contender for a HomePod. And then just poof. No word of it. They probably saw the HomePod's failure from Apple and figured we should just not. Let's just not. And they see like Amazon Alexas and that whole I think that whole thing was a fad that's starting to pass. The next big thing is Bing. And I bet you, okay, what somebody needs to do is get oh no, I don't know if this is a good idea or not, but basically get Chat GPT connected to your smart speaker. I think somebody actually set something up with that for the HomePod already, where you can like talk to Chat GPT basically through it. Someone posted about it on Reddit. Well, I mean, Bixby is lame, you're correct, but Siri kind of sucks too. I don't use my HomePod for Siri. I use it for the music. I mean, Siri's a nice little touch. Nice to have, but it's not why I bought it. Samsung decided not to race to the bottom. That's good. Listen, guys. I actually have a Discord server. It's not very active, but the more people we get in there and more activity we can get, you know. Yeah, everybody starts somewhere. We only started when Discord started, but hey, who's counting? If you're looking for a Discord server where you can talk to other HomePod like-minded people, my server is at discord.gg/track44. So, pretty easy. We managed to snag a vanity URL for our server before they increased the partnership requirements. That was a long time ago. As I said earlier, back in the golden days of our Discord server. Oh boy, I'm getting hungry. Here we go. Oh yeah, I have a Google Mini. Sucks ass. Sounds like ass. I mean, it probably sounds the same as an Amazon Echo Dot, but you're not really buying it for the audio quality. You're buying it more for the Google Assistant. The Mini, the HomePod Mini, on the other hand, I'm quite impressed with the quality and volume of sound that comes out of a HomePod Mini. The Google Mini, not at all. I thought track 44 was super active. Define your Yeah, define your level of activity. I think it's perfectly active and fine. Other people seem to think that it's completely dead. I don't know. I don't really care. It's a Discord server. It's there, it's always going to be there. And when you want to use it, you can. When you don't have to. Who cares if it's active or not? It's there to serve a purpose. Talk about stuff. Doesn't need to be bumping. It's hard to maintain and keep track of what people are talking about when it's like super active, you know? We've been through that already. It's damn near its own job managing a full Discord server full of a bunch of knuckleheads.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet. For more info.
Nice. Very nice. Another one saved. Okay. Let's see. Are we getting close here? We've got 2 more. Todd and then Scott. I was gonna see if we could get to Nicholas's tonight, but Nicholas sent 2 in, and he also wants to get them colored. So, probably not gonna get to his tonight. Oh, yeah, the Mastodon instance. I remember that. Yeah, no, we launched a Mastodon instance called AnyTwitter. I managed to snag the domain anytwitter.moe, and for whatever reason, everybody just absolutely lost their shit about this. And it completely blew up. As with any wildly popular Mastodon instance that grows faster than its moderation team can, it turned into a absolute clusterfuck, and we had to shut it down, but it was fun while it lasted. Alright, so we've got no power, no signs of life, the usual, and 4 to 6 watts of power draw, again the usual. So probably the usual shorted diode on the amplifier, you know, the usual. Let's take it apart and see if it's if that's the case. Got a little bit of a crack on the top here, so we'll be careful working around that area. I just want to let my wife know that I've only got 2 more so she doesn't feel completely hopeless and like, how much longer does this guy have to fix these HomePods? I need sleep. All right. Wait. You didn't know who I was until now? Oh, knee socks. Oh, knee socks. I'm little boy. Except I'm not little boy anymore, I'm Big Papa. Okay, I don't know why that suddenly is a problem now. Ugh. Wow. You're putting up a fight, even with the alcohol. Yeah, that's right. Woofer check. Looks, feels, smells good. No. Whew. Please don't break. Please don't break. Please don't break. Man, they gotta lighten up on this Loctite, man. I don't like it. Seems a little excessive. Here we go again. Up close, we can see our diode with 1746K yet again. Right there. Let's just make sure. Yeah, that's dead. Easy peasy. Let's get it replaced. Ah. Okay. Brand spanking new diode. If you're curious, it has a date code of 2144K, which means it was made in the year 2021, week 44. So whatever Diodes Incorporated was smoking and drinking on week 44 or week 46 through week 48 of 2017, I would really like to know, and please don't do it again. That's a big blob. There we go. Let's see if it's fixed. Doobie-doo-ba, doobie-doo-ba. Here we go. Boom. Power. What happened? Oh, we got bass. We got bass, and we've only got 6 millivolts with it. Excellent. Let's put it back together. Sorry, my wife just let me know that the kid just took a massive shit, which is why she was so grumpy. I'm sure that's not very funny to you guys, but... Oh, man. Dealing with her grumping and crying for like 3 hours straight, and then she just lets it out. What's it got? Power. All right.
I'm having trouble connecting to the internet.
Very good.
I'm having trouble.
Excellent. Oh, this one's Todd's. I totally forgot to update the text on the screen there. But if you're watching Todd, your HomePod is now fixed. We are now going to move on to the last repair for the day. This one is from Scott in Canada. And they also have no power. That is not how you spell Scott. Yikes. Here we go. You all know the drill. Let's see what it's let's see what it's doing. All right, no power, no response. 6 watts of power draw. So, dang nabbit, every single HomePod today with no power is the same problem. But let's get this one fixed. Hey, Todd is here. Glad you got to watch yours get fixed up with us. Ooh, beautiful pull. Oh, well, almost flawless. Get rid of that. Oh, wow. Okay, I didn't even notice. We've got 11 likes on this live stream, which means I gotta put $11 more into the kids' college fund. You guys are gonna make me go broke. Woofer check. Checks out. $1748K. She's a goner. Hey, nice catching up with you, man. Talk to you again soon. And power. base. And an excellent DC offset result. So let's get this put back together. And time. That might have been the fastest one we've ever done yet. I'd have to watch the replay and see exactly when we started. The fastest one that I've timed for us is 22 minutes, but that might have been quicker. I didn't even realize it. What do we got? We got power. Perfect score today. We'll wait for this to power on and then we'll say goodbye.
I'm having trouble connecting to. I'm having trouble.
All right. Everything checks out. We got everything that we needed to fixed up today. If you have any questions about your own HomePod repairs or anything in general that you saw here today, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you're looking for more info on doing your own HomePod repairs or reaching out to me to get it fixed for you here on the channel, check out my website, nixfix.com, where I've got a dedicated section for the common issues, which details how you can fix it and what you need to do it, and my contact info so you can get started on the repair process if you want me to take care of it for you. In any case, hope you all enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next one.